right, campers, we've made it to our last choice board. This is my last video for the YouTube choice board, so parting is such sweet sorrow. But before we go, I'm going to have a little fun with you guys in talking about how to optimize your viewing experience as well as for your students, and looking at some of these accessibility features and just different tweaks that you can make using the YouTube video player to best customize your viewing experience. All right, so we're going to be talking about video quality, closed captioning, video size, video speed, and dark theme, and a few other little odds and ends thrown in for good measure. So let's not lose any more time here as we go. First off, video quality. Now, hopefully you have been able to view all of our choice board videos pretty easily without a lot of buffering or issues like that. Hopefully the Wi-Fi, knock on wood, has been really good and dependable here at Los Ventana Resort, because otherwise it would have been very frustrating if you guys were constantly dealing with Wi-Fi issues. So, video quality. Google and YouTube, based on the video and the device that you're playing the video on, will automatically determine the best quality of the video based on the available bandwidth, essentially, from your Wi-Fi connection. So if you turned on these videos and they were a little grainy at first, they were probably in 360p. That's because it realized, all right, you just don't have the bandwidth to go full HD on this, but you'll still be able to watch it without as much buffering. So if you've run into that problem, you could just go to a lower, grainier picture, but still get through the video in one piece without pulling your hair out. And that is a good troubleshooting strategy that you can teach your students as well if they're on Chromebooks and they're trying to get through a video and it's just spotty Wi-Fi. That's where you can show them how to adjust that just here in the settings cogwheel, and you go to quality and go to a lower form of it. Obviously, it'd be wonderful to watch every single video that you have at the top quality that you can on the device that you're viewing it on, but sometimes the bandwidth just isn't there or isn't cutting it for the day. So this is a good thing to keep in mind, kind of in your back pocket as a troubleshooting measure, just to help you get through the video. All right, so that's video quality. Next up, we have closed captioning. First off, whenever you start a video, you want to look to see that those little CC icon is bright white. That means it does have captions. If that is kind of grayed out or not there at all, chances are that video does not have captions. So just turn those on, get them started. And then this is the best part here. You click on those little three dots in the lower right corner and open the transcript to the closed captions so that you can view the transcript side by side with the video, and then everything is timestamped. So if you're watching along and you're like, wait, what did he say? You can scroll back through, find it, click on that sentence, and it's going to take you back or forward to that spot in the video, which is just amazing and would be super handy for students if they're trying to take notes or get down some specific facts that they've learned as a result of watching the video. So again, that's fire up those closed captioning, then click on those three dots in the bottom right corner of the video to open that transcript. And hopefully each video that you're wanting to access actually has the transcript attached. Some may not. But then again, that timestamp is just a great way to hop back and forth in the video to these specific segments that you're wanting to rewatch. Moving right along, next we have video size. Another thing here, hopefully when you clicked on the videos in our choice boards, they opened in what's called theater mode, which means it's taken up at least half the screen. You can still see the stuff down below and be able to kind of scroll up and down, but it's different than the standard player mode here or the mini one, as you can see. So you're not being distracted by all the up next and ads and stuff like that, but you're not in full screen mode either. So here it is right here, theater mode. So I still can kind of see some of the stuff at the bottom, but I'm not as easily distracted. And with each of these different video size modes, there is a keyboard shortcut to enter that mode. And Mark's going to talk about that in the keyboard shortcuts video. But there's different pros and cons for each of these. Like I said, if you're having students view a video on YouTube, chances are you want it in theater mode or full screen mode, just so they're not distracted by all the other bells and whistles and shiny stuff on the side. Mini player, the perks for that one is You can be watching a video to kind of preview it, because you should always preview a video from start to finish and never assume it's safe for kids all the way through, even if it is marked safe for kids. But with Mini Player, you can be browsing through that whole video while you're searching YouTube and not losing your place in the video. So that's kind of a teacher tip for that one. But then, of course, if you are showing a video whole group, chances are you want that full screen up on your projector or interactive display. All right. So that's the different video sizes or modes that you can play the video in. Next up, that tickle again. Next up is our video speed. Hopefully we showed you this at the beginning of camp before you started your first choice board, if you weren't already aware of it, just so that you could fit in some of these videos, because of course they were longer than what we had hoped they would be. That 10-minute mark is what we tried to supply time for. But to adjust the speed, this all depends on your comfort level in hearing content coming at you faster or slower. But either way, you would click on the little settings gear, and then you would go to playback speed and change it from normal to 1.5 speed is what I like. That's kind of my sweet spot. But if you need it slower and you need to hear me sound like this, you could do it at a slower pace too. But it's just a great way to speed it up, get through it if you're following along pretty closely and you don't need to hear it in normal speed. All right, and I believe this last one is our last one. All right, dark theme. If you have students that are easily distracted by the stark white background, you have to have them do this on their account. This is not something set up for them. But you have to go in the upper right corner, make sure you're logged into YouTube, click on your profile icon, scroll down to where it says dark theme off, and switch that to dark theme on. And so when you do that, it kind of black out the rest of the stark whiteness of the background, so that you can see, your eyes are drawn more to the video itself as opposed to all the other stuff that's going on the side. And then it's going to stay on until you go back into your little profile icon and turn dark theme off. I tend to like everything to be in dark mode because it's just less strain on your eyes. And then two other things that we had here, kind of hidden little gems. If you've never heard of these are two different websites where you can paste in a link to your YouTube video and then remove all the ads, or create your own watch page where it's not displaying any other YouTube videos, so that you can make sure that students are staying focused on just that video. And the beauty of it is that because it is a YouTube video, you still have all the same features of the YouTube player. You just may not be able to affect dark theme like you can on YouTube itself. But all the other things that we've talked about in this video, you could still do if you had shared the video through these other sites. All right, so those are all great ways that you can show videos, as well as you can train your students on how to view videos for themselves in finding the things that they prefer in terms of turning on some features and turning off others. But that helps them be able to wrestle with the content and hopefully make it stickier for their brains. All right, guys, and with that, that is my last choice board video for this camp. I'm signing off, but I will see you guys for the rest of this session. And we're going to wrap up camp soon. Thanks for sticking with us this week and learning so much so quickly. But the beauty is that you can go back and look at all these materials when you have a little bit more time the rest of the summer, and hopefully come back to class this next school year ready to go with some fresh ideas and create some new magic for your students. All right, guys, take care.